Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Carson.
And today we are watching Jujutsu Kaisen episode 20. What happened last time?
Last time was Toto and Yuji versus Hanami, but we were just talking, we had to re-record the intro because the mic wasn't working again. But does Gojo read? Because we were thinking about what he's doing outside the barrier right now, because you said that you wanted to see what was with the old rock star guy, old rock man, and what Gojo, and I was saying what was Gojo doing outside the barrier. Does Gojo read? Because we made it. You said he was like reading something like in a lawn chair,
sitting reading a book.
And I was just like, I don't know. Can he read? Because he probably like feels everything around him. His eyes are covered, so I don't know. And that allows him to have like a texture. I imagine it's like a Daredevil type thing. I don't know. So let us know if Gojo reads. That's something I'm interested in, because obviously we compare him to Kakashi a lot, and Kakashi's always like reading while doing something else. Mm-hmm. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the reaction, and like and subscribe if you like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, and make sure to remember that this is not a market substitute for Jujutsu Kaisen. Come here to see what we have to say, our reaction, our review, not watching the show for free.
Don't you dare come here just to rewatch the show.
Don't. Yeah.
Wait, in what grade? In third grade?
I think so.
Holy shit, Toto. Who is that? Is that a Shikigami? Is that a Zenin?
That was pretty cool.
Is that a member of the Zenin clan, or is it just someone random? Because the Shikigami apparently is like specific to the Zenin clan, right?
Well, I'm not sure if it is or not.
I can't remember. There was like some mention that's why Shigeru can do it, right? But his was different. Yeah, I don't know. Oh goddamn! I wish I remembered all the details, because that was clearly a clue that would like, ooh, if you were paying attention, you'd know exactly what her deal is.
Okay.
Toto's funky with his backing track. Deep forest emergence. So it's like filled with energy, probably. Oh, that's the worst. I bet the roots are all like spidering into his body as well. The arm's a fucking problem. Also, what's the deal with like the crucifixion holes in the hand?
I don't know.
Self-proclaimed IQ. Whatever.
The stupidest
acted like
trick.
Shikamaru over here, like, catch him.
Ow.
Oh shit! Oh shit! He's gonna switch.
Yeah.
With Hanami. Nice.
Cool.
So he has to clap? Is that it? Is that how he triggers it? Ah, that sucks that you had to show your hand for like a glancing blow. Mm-hmm. Boogie boogie? Did he just explain it wrong? That he can switch places with his opponent? So he can still switch places with Yuji at some point.
He just was.
No, he switched places with Hanami. Not with Yuji.
No, he's doing it right now.
Oh, shit, never mind. I'm not paying fucking attention. It's happening too fast. Oh, shit. They're in perfect sync because he's probably switching with both of them, or is he just switching with Yuji?
I can't tell.
That's awesome that I thought he was just switching with Yuji, but then Hanami said that, and I'm like, oh shit, that's actually an interesting way to use the power. But you have to be in perfect sync with your partner in order for it to work.
So they're gonna... Oh, difficult to produce twice in a row.
He holds the record for the amount of times it's been used in a row. The zone. The zone of proximal development. Flow state. It's a powerful place.
It's like
3?
15. I don't know. 4.
4. Holy shit. Wait, then how many times is Yuji using it?
He's going in for his second.
Ah! Holy shit.
3 in a row.
Just 2 more. Which one? Or is he just
He's just faking him.
Faked it out!
Oh shit.
My god!
Nice.
Fucking Toto's a genius. Yeah, oh my god, that's awesome.
Maybe he does have that high of an IQ.
But how many tricks can he use it? Like it becomes like a rock paper scissors game.
Another one.
Here's the record. Dope as shit. That's so cool. That's so cool. He just needs to land one more. And he'll be a world record holder, speedrun master.
The first day that he learned it.
Yeah, that's such an epic. But now he's thinking like there's a form of like reverse psychology where there's only a few options, like rock paper scissors, and he needs to really think about like what the other person is expecting. Nice. Ooh, some Hiroyuki Sawano type beat. Oh, we saw that coming. That's 4. Oh shit. Enjoying yourself even more. That's some Mario shit. Turned up to 11. This is some like Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, they're little pawns.
Oh no.
What now, Toto? The fuck are you gonna do now?
That's pretty cool.
But what's your plan? He creates just a full-on shield. Fucking Gibby gun shield over here.
So I hope this will it work?
I think it can. Like, that seems pretty sound. Is this back to the... This is back to... Oh my god. This slice of life.
Yeah,
it's the opposite. So if he's just putting all his cursed energy in front of him, they're gonna thrive and be more difficult to deflect.
Yeah, that was the...
All of that, that's awesome. Oh, so he just saps it all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is smart, clearly.
He is really smart.
See, again, they're doing the fake out where the big, strong guy isn't a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And the handshake of it.
Even though he just, like, came up with that. She was just the one saying that in his mind. Axe kick. Lethal attack. What's that, Toto? It can be anything?
Whoa.
Oh, what's the range? It doesn't need to be a person of similar size. It can be... He can swap with Panda. And Panda just dropped Yuji out.
Or maybe not a rock, but maybe just something else.
Probably something else with a cursed core. Oh, because they're cursed objects.
Yeah.
That's so epic, dude. That's so cool.
That's really cool. And he can use it.
But the fact that he has that, we know that this is like amidst rubble. it means that he's probably gonna lose. I wish I didn't see that one screen during the flashing part of the intro.
Uh-oh. So just
taking the cursed energy from the earth. Like Superman, dude. It's on fire!
Oh, they don't.
Oh, what?
Steals the life and converts. Oh, that's the new arm upgrade. Ew.
Oh, and it like blooms. It's an eye?
Ew.
So it's a separate being? Oh, fuck. Throw the shit and then clap and switch places with it. Get the fuck out of here. Do me a favor, don't stay in like... don't line yourselves up, at least. What just happened? What just happened?
Is that Gojo flying in the air?
What just happened?
The
barrier
went
came
away.
Oh shit, he did it. This is looking real bad for you now. Of course not. Why would anyone want to be close to you, fight or no fight? You probably feel the same if he was a close range fighter.
I don't know what she does.
Yeah. She seems cool.
She does seem cool. Yeah.
Juzo.
Oh, he made it out of a person's hand.
Oh. Meanwhile...
It hasn't even been 30 minutes.
You want a Gojo, right? You want a Gojo, right? He's right there. Go for him. See what happens. This guy can fly, apparently. It makes perfect sense, but we never saw him just float, levitating like Chris Angel Mind Freak over here. I wonder, he must have undone the barrier, right?
Yeah.
The priority isn't fucking Hanami? Why? Oh my god, Gojo. Gojo's fucked. I mean, like, he was a serial killer, like...
What? You might not have a choice.
He's already on to you. Like, he's not just gonna let you get away. You aren't gonna aren't gonna want to get caught up in whatever the fuck is about to happen.
Good thing.
Is it like a black hole? Hollow. Literal black.
He just. Did he get him?
Mahito. Oh, who is that? Who are those? Do we know them?
I can't tell.
They look like they're from the school? Maybe? Oh my fucking god, dude.
Fat episode.
Holy shit, Gojo. He didn't even show us a fraction when he was fighting Jogo, dude. Like, not even close. He just, like, straight up deleted parts of the world just there. Like,
yeah.
Holy fuck.
That was crazy. And now we don't even know if Hanami is dead or not.
Probably not, right?
I'm
like Hanami probably could
not.
just like if they could take energy from the earth, they could probably like put their consciousness into the earth or something and transfer themselves to another area.
Like, turn themselves into just
a little
into just like a little like bud or something and like
get shot off somewhere.
I don't know. I feel like with Hanami there's
way more potential, especially if you're fighting them in the forest.
But the same with Mahito, because Mahito is so aware of like the soul that like if his soul like because he could like turn into anything, so there's ways to escape with him as well, but also with Hanami I feel like
just within the specific like environment they were fighting. But holy fuck, Gojo, like I wonder how. So I imagine Gojo just overwhelmed the barrier with power somehow. But like, I want to know what exactly happened, because I'm sure, like, based on what we saw, he's obviously powerful to deal enough with anything. But we're starting to run into like a superhero or a Superman problem or a One Punch Man problem, where it's like, okay, well then what the fuck is the struggle if Gojo's always there? Is it just gonna be keeping Gojo out for as long as possible? But that didn't even work.
No.
How the fuck are they gonna deal with Gojo from now on? They have no way to deal with him. There's no what the fuck could they possibly do to him?
Yeah.
What could they possibly do to go? As long as Gojo's alive, they have nothing on everyone.
Well, I mean, they still did get a finger because that was the whole point. It was a distraction.
That's true. That's true. But like, so what? So what? What are they gonna do?
Well, if they say they make a distraction somewhere else, and then they get Yuji because Gojo was off somewhere else, like. There's all kinds of different things. Like, they make a barrier that specifically keeps only Gojo. Of course, Gojo is going to be trying to get into the barrier.
That's true.
Rather than keeping an eye on other things.
Yeah, it was fully a distraction, so they could get the finger.
So that's kind of...
Regardless, like, what's the end goal here? Like, what their plan is their end goal must be something that can deal with Gojo. Although Gojo seems super confident that he could handle Sukuna even at full power.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that was, like, one of the first conversations. So, and it was, like, it was a level of confidence where it wasn't, like,
maybe
I don't know.
Just killed literally every other human being and then just waited for Gojo to die off. I
guess so. Like, you literally just have to wait for him to die.
Or, like, break him emotionally in, like, some, like...
And we still haven't gone into, like, that. But even still, like... What could they do?
I mean, yeah, you're in a job where your friends are probably gonna die.
He's probably seen countless people fucking die around him, so, like... I just don't know what the fuck they could possibly do to him. It's so cool to see him, but from, like, a narrative perspective, the fact that, like, I was like, okay... Originally, I was like, okay, they're gonna kill Gojo. It's gonna be classic, like, whatever. Father figure, teacher figure, overpowered, like, guide type dude. He's gonna get Obi-Wan. He's gonna get fucking, whoever else. Yeah. Every other old wizard, every other badass, like, guy who has all the answers and all the secrets, training the young prodigy in these stories. It's always they get fucking killed off or removed from the story. They removed him from the story here, but he's so powerful that it didn't matter. So I don't know what the fuck... And they're, like, obviously, the show and the story seems to be going in a direction where they're constantly coming up with, like, subversions to your expectations with, like, basic shit like Toto. At first, even I fell for it again, of, like, Toto, you're not that smart. Turns out... He is super fucking smart.
He is smart. I doubt he has a 500
No, that's
IQ.
Ridiculous. But he did fully counter Hanami's, like, most devastating
and he knew,
attack.
Somehow, he also, one thing to know about Toto is he knows a lot about other people's techniques.
Yeah.
He pays enough attention that he knew once Gojo got in, he would use that very specific technique that I doubt he uses very often, if ever, other than
How
like
often
once or twice.
is there a threat worthy of that a level of strength?
Yeah, and like that level of destruction that he's far enough away from, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot that goes into that, and also he can fly.
And didn't also it's funny that Gojo knew that Toto was there.
Yeah.
And Toto that he probably didn't he say like, oh, Toto's there, so we'll keep him out of it or something like that? Am I imagining that?
He said Toto. He's noticed that Yuji was a lot stronger, and then
Yeah.
he noticed Toto, and he's like, oh, I see. They were fighting each other, and Toto like brought that out of him.
I mean, after like when he was about to use the attack. Did he say something? Because he
said, I think Yuji's far enough away, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think Toto factored into that, but Toto did end up helping.
This was such a good episode. However, now we're in. I hope it's not I hope they learn from Demon Slayer that there's not like
just a super long
nothing. Come down period for the next 5 episodes of just them doing nothing or recapping or like learn like another training arc. You know. I hope it's not all that. I hope that there's something else, some sort of cliffhanger or setup or something to keep us interesting. Because if this is the end of this part of the fight, like of the main, like it seems like this was like the last.
This was like the climax conflict. Of this.
Yeah. So I really, and that was one thing that like while watching it, I was giving it the benefit of the doubt. But with Demon Slayer, both of us were kind of like episode 19, great episode. Everything after that was just set up for the next part of the story or like come down
or random stuff. It wasn't building towards the next thing.
Yeah, in the last one it was because they had all the stuff. But no spoilers obviously for Demon Slayer, but that's like the episode structure was like that. Like episode 19 wasn't a fucking incredible episode. Everyone knows that, but then after that it was all here's all these new characters and here's these new
here's like a mini training arc and here's this little information
and it's all good stuff like it's like all
here's
the backstory,
the
backstory and stuff like that for some of the characters we hadn't learned about before was really good. There was a lot of good lore and shit and like cool introductions and fleshing out of other things and like sort of setting starting relationships between characters and stuff like that. I'm expecting that from this. I hope that they give me something more than that because that was like I enjoyed it while I was watching it, but like there was multiple points where I was just like, okay, is this going to be the rest of this? Am I going to have to deal with this for a full like hour to 2 hours of content of just like them? So I hope that that's not the case with this.
I feel like there will be a bit of that, but I think like so far this show has been hitting like every beat of the story just better and unexpected. So I feel like obviously we are going to need a little bit of like a break, maybe slightly, but I doubt it'll just be like, oh, now we're just going to be fucking around doing this. I'm sure there'll be a lot to go on about. There's going to be some stuff between the two schools of they were going to kill Yuji, but now are they still going to want to kill Yuji? Is that a thing that they
must be trying to get Sukuna on their side, or like that was their thing, right? They wanted to get Sukuna on their side.
But I'm just talking about the two schools now. Are they going to have to?
Yeah,
are they going to realize is old man?
Probably not
going to do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Well, that's the thing that I'm seeing is that there was no real
like Yuji was
on their side,
and there was no chance for Yuji to like save him or make himself known or like to distinguish himself in a way that all the other people would want to like
he didn't he wasn't Gojo in that situation where he single-handedly saved them all.
So as far as what they think, it doesn't seem like there's no opportunity for them to have their minds
be like,
changed
oh look,
about
he
Yuji.
did that. But however, obviously Toto, they're like brothers now. And it seems like people do have a lot of respect for Toto, even though they kind of, like, they don't.
But, like, Kamo, for example, is still, like, his philosophy didn't change. He didn't have his mind changed at all. Everything about him is the exact same. And where he is, like, fully committed to doing what he has to do to kill fucking Yuji. And Miwa, as well, like, still wants to...
I guess, but now, are they going
get promoted and shit.
say the better way to do that is to chase after these actual bad guys
that's actually true.
Rather than the guy who's actually on our side for right now, but he does have the most evil person inside of him, but is that really more of a priority than these people who infiltrated your
Because this
place?
was Gojo's argument from the beginning that since he fought Jogo, that there was this greater threat. There were all these people that and now they've attacked us as an organization. So are we just going to let this slide? They stole a finger. So if we kill Yuji, literally it doesn't matter because one of Sukuna's fingers is out there. He can just regain his power eventually. So yeah, I hope that that's enough, and maybe hopefully Gojo's smart enough, and he is smart enough. Hopefully he'll use that to his advantage to try and keep Yuji alive longer rather than just hiding him or something.
Oh no, he died again.
The question is whether fucking old man is going to be smart enough to take him up on that offer, and how tenuous that relationship is going to be. Also,
what information are they going to be able to get out of Coat Rack Man?
That was fucked.
That was messed up.
Gojo,
cool.
He definitely deserved it. He definitely deserved that. He's not dead, but he's fully, destroyed. And I don't think they have automail in this. Well, actually, they have Mechmaru, but he's a specific case.
Yeah. But that's interesting, though.
There's no coming back from that.
A really just fast way of dealing with an enemy.
He just fully crippled him, all of his limbs, twisted everything
them around and destroyed.
That's an unfixable problem. He's fucked forever. That was I think it's understated how gruesome and how it's like in a horror movie. It felt like a horror movie. You ever watch a horror movie and you're just okay, they're cutting your arm, or they're they're ripping some skin off, and holy shit, that's really painful, but you could still come back from it. Then they take the razor blade to the eyeball or something,
no, I hate
and then it's just okay, that's bad, but it's really bad. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you can still come back. And then they do the other one. You're just you should probably just fucking die. Just kill me now, honestly. It's it gets to that point where and I got that from seeing that, because it's just, for some reason, when I see permanent bodily damage, I'm how fucked up would my life be if I lost my hand, or both my hands? Could I go on living realistically? I'm not that strong of a person, I think. I just think about that. I'm just if that, what happened to this guy, happened to me. I'm not a serial killer. I don't turn people into swords and coat racks and shit. But if that happened to me, I don't know if I could come back from that. That's really fucked. That's a horrible disfigurement that he just did there. Very similar, not exactly the same, to what Mahito does to people. And he kept him alive. He's still sane. He didn't fuck with his soul, but he did permanently disfigure his body. It's just kind of holy shit, Gojo. Goddamn. Fully efficient. I don't fault you for that. He definitely needed that, I guess. And you're going to be able to question him now, hopefully, if he's sane enough to succumb to torture or whatever you're going to do to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just see that and I'm just holy shit. If that happened over the course of a crazy battle, I'd be you earned that one. But Gojo just literally, bam, and now you are a cripple for the rest of your life. Holy shit. And they're probably just going to kill him, right? Do they kill people?
I mean, probably.
They mercy kill people like the Mahito.
Yeah, well, this guy is literally, I feel by any standards, this guy should be dead.
Yeah, but my question is not it's not a moral question. I'm saying the Jujutsu society. Do they kill people for that shit like that?
Well, they've been trying to kill Yuji, and they're
But that's is that the same? No, because the Yuji was a vessel for an evil cursed spirit, so that's a different thing.
Well, this guy is literally just evil.
But he's a person, though. He's not a cursed spirit. He's not the thing that they're fighting. He's evil. He should definitely report it to the but that's the cops. That's not Jujutsu sorcerers. I don't know my point. Okay, my point is that I don't know the extent of their jurisdiction in this.
But he is
as far as them as an association.
Well, it's the same thing as if a Jujutsu sorcerer goes rogue. What do you do then? You don't report. You don't call the police. It's your responsibility to deal with.
But we don't know that though.
I would assume.
You would assume. I'm not assuming anything. That's the difference between me and you, I guess. I'm not assuming anything about that. I'm asking because I don't know. Do they kill people who are evil? It seems like Gojo might have killed him there. And when you're in a battle, it's different. But when it's in that situation of, I don't know. Like, they subdued him. Do they have it in their authority within their society to kill people? They must, right?
I would think so.
I would think so, but I don't know.
Like,
I don't know
it's
their
like one of those
protocol
things
as
that
far
they
as
don't want to do. But if you get the information out of this guy and you don't need him anymore, are you just going to waste the resources of keeping him alive to potentially get rescued or escape or do whatever? I mean, he's missing his arms and his legs now. So.
Again, that's a tactical argument. I'm not talking tactically what's the best decision. I'm saying as far as them as an association, this is an association that's been formed to deal with cursed energy and cursed spirits and the paranormal and stuff like that and protecting society. But do they take it upon themselves to be superheroes and, like, you know, take down evil people? No, they focus on this thing, and this thing has nothing to do with this guy's a murderer. This guy kills people in real life. If they don't seek out serial killers in just the real world, they seek out cursed things related to cursed spirits, and that's why they crippled him so that they could question him to get more information about this syndicate that's forming here. But I don't know. That's my point. Is like they weren't formed to be superheroes and save people in society. They were formed to kill and exercise cursed energy. That's it. So thinking about that, obviously it's tactically better to kill him, but are they that type of organization? Do they have rules in place? They seem to have a very thought out infrastructure here about laws and different rules and grades and shit like that. Do they have a setup where if somebody is somehow working, they didn't even know intelligent cursed spirits like to this level existed?
I guess that's what I'm saying is this is a new thing. Of course, they wouldn't set out to hunt down serial killers, but if one of them is teamed up with these intelligent curses who are plotting to destroy humanity, then I think depending on if they have no more use for him, then you'd probably want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Or keep him if you have, like, if you think, either he's not talking and we'll keep him around, but this guy doesn't seem important. Like, he's
Again,
not,
I definitely don't disagree that it's a good decision to do it. That's not my point. I'm not, like, fighting back. I'm not defense lawyering for him.
They might not have rules already in place.
Yeah.
And if they don't, this will bring up that question.
Yeah, exactly.
There will be some sort of thing, whether someone is saying, oh, this is not what our organization is designed to do,
kill people,
and then they might be like, well, you straight up just tried to murder Yuji.
That would be an interesting thing to get into. Yeah, exactly.
This almost like trial, and then they're like, oh, well, that's different, and then it's like, well, this guy is not just a civilian.
And then at some point you're just like, well, why are we having this big fight and argument about this fucking guy who's, like, obviously evil and like you know, was working for our enemies? Like, at what point do we just say fuck it and just kill him anyway?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Like, that'll be interesting. If they get into that would be interesting. Or if they just give me an answer of, yeah, we questioned him, we got this information, now he's fucking dead here, and then we get a crazy shot of his body.
Or he's just locked up.
Yeah.
Or he's
Or we gave him to the police, like, and reported him, and they raided his apartment and found a bunch of dead bodies and coat racks and shit.
That sword was also so messed up.
If you think about, I was thinking about the ergonomics of that sword. It seems like a really well, like hold my hand. If you were like, if my hand was a sword, it's a really ergonomic, like, design to have, like, the thumb right here or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely fucked up. Again, it's definitely fucked up. But as far as, like, a handle, like, it's a pretty.
I don't think I would like.
Well, my hand's bigger than yours.
I guess,
like,
I think part of what would make a sword is something that you can really grasp onto and you can adjust your grip.
Well, if
necessary.
That's why if you look at a good sword, it's not a circular, like the hilt is not circular, it's like ovular, it's kind of like this, because then you can direct your force along the blade.
I guess maybe your hand's just too big.
I think my hand's possibly too big. Maybe my fingers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, as far as, like, I was just thinking about that, he's just, like, holding it like he's holding a hand, and I'm just like, that's actually, like, cool. It's a cool, especially from a manga perspective, like, something you're drawing, that's a cool design for a sword.
Mm-hmm. I was also going to say, we still need to talk about Toto's technique. I was thinking...
So cool.
She's so cool, and he says, I can use it to switch places with my enemies, throwing him off, and then switches with Yuji. Also, it's such a cool thing to be able to do. Him and Yuji switching places, because Yuji is smaller, and so if they switch, the Hanami is preparing for maybe a different type of attack depending on which one of them is coming from which way. And then they switch and it throws off the balance, as well as that you can switch multiple people. So if you and your friend move to, like, you are going to punch your friend in the face,
you can switch
and you
them,
can switch them and then just punch your enemy in the face.
Well, he has to clap every time, which is the one drawback.
Well, I guess your
friend
your
is about
partner
to,
is about to
punch you.
Just murder you.
I love that as a technique. It's used so well. It's used, and you have to be. That's the thing is, again, the subversion there of Toto. Again, with every character, there's just been like Maki. Is kind of like Rock Lee, right? She can't use fucking cursed energy. She can only rely on her physical abilities, which are strong. Like, she's stronger than most people. So, but it turns out, not like Rock Lee, she's actually more like Neji, really. Like, it's, as far as what she's doing, she's striving not just to be good, but she's striving to climb the ladder and lead the clan. Like, and then Mai, who's set up to be like the honorable daughter who's actually in line, turns out she's weak as shit and sucks and like has some advantages, but doesn't actually want to fight and take that position. And Kamo, also you're like, oh, this is honorable grandson. He's the star.
No, he's like the disgrace, but he's
the disgraced son of a concubine who is the only one who with the ability. And he's like, oh, my blood's so pure. Turned out he's blood doping, which, by the way, isn't like I thought steroids.
No, he's just like doing that to himself.
But it's interesting. Like there's like a different twist to it.
Yeah, and even Toto, he seems like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Instead, he's actually a genius. He's like...
And the principal as well. Old, curmudgeon-y, like, evil guy.
No, he's a rock star.
No, he's a rock star, which, by the way, somebody in the comments pointed out, he probably developed... Like, you have your cursed technique for your whole life, and then...
He probably did that.
He just did that when he was young, and that's why he has the piercings. It's not some weird old mage piercings. It's because he's a fucking punk rocker, probably back in the 70s or whatever. Like,
yeah. Also,
cool
I
shit.
am kind of disappointed that we didn't see that girl's. I forget what her name is. The other teacher lady.
I forget her name too. Yeah, she has a cool design.
She seems like she's going to be really cool in whatever she does, but we haven't seen it yet. So we're saving that. Yeah.
I like it. I like all of it. I love this episode. This whole second half, although it's been like mostly fights, I feel way more connected to all the characters and way more.
They're using the fights in the best way possible, which is to reveal more about the characters, how they like complement each other, or what their opposing values are, and like making the fight interesting. And because people fight different people, so now we're getting like Maki and Mai's relationship, and then now Mai is with Nobara over here, and they're having like a little back and forth, and we're getting all kinds of different stuff going on, which is
cool. It's really cool. I think I like the second half so far more than the first half, personally.
I think so as well. I think because
there's just more character. It's less it's obviously we're past the introduction, but we're still getting way more introduced. Like the powers, I'm so glad. So people got mad at us in like episode 3 or 4 when we were just like, I don't care about the fight. Like, back then we were just like, I don't really give a shit that, like, oh, cool, I guess somebody's using a curse technique. I wish I knew what the fuck was going on. And the people were like, oh, you want to know how the powers work in, like, episode 2? You just want, like, what, do you want somebody to just tell you how it works? No, you'll get it in the next couple episodes. Relax, bro. And then we're just like, that's not what we're saying. We just want to, we don't feel connected to the fights because we don't know the characters and we can't, like, understand the skill
what they're doing
behind it.
Like, oh, he's doing that. Well, is that
what a crazy blast? He just used the Kamehameha, bro. Isn't that fucking dope? It's like, I don't give a shit about just this cool effect on screen or people jumping around punching shit. And that's not what's cool. What's cool is when you have like an understanding, like with Toto is a perfect example of this, where like the power's one, simple enough to understand, but it's used in like an interesting way, and when something cool happens, like when he just clapped and he didn't switch, you're like, holy fuck, you're a genius.
Once you understand what the power is, when they switch it up and do something unexpected, it's interesting. Yeah. If you don't know what the power is, then you don't know what is to be expected and what is unexpected, because anything can happen. Which is also why now Gojo seems way more powerful. Before we were like, oh, they say he's super powerful, and obviously he is super powerful.
Especially before the Jogo fight.
Yeah, but we were like, how does he stack up? Yeah. Because we haven't seen anyone else, so we don't know. And
exactly. That's a big thing too. Is like Gojo was so powerful, and like I remember, go back and watch that reaction. We immediately, apparently a lot of people didn't understand his power and still don't, which was kind of interesting to me. But regardless, it was interesting to me that they still found it cool, or interesting, or thought, or could respect his power. Because to me, in his power in a hard power system like this of shonen, you get hyped because, like, it's not just that it's a cool effect. Some people do. That's why there are Dragon Ball fans. But, like, you get hyped because you see them, like, switch it up or use an interesting way, or you understand, like, the mechanics behind it. If you don't understand why something's powerful and you're just like, whoa, and it's like, there's so much more to explore there. So that's why Gojo seemed way more powerful in this one than he did before, because there was way more going on. But since that first encounter and this one, we've seen, like, we have a better sense of the power scaling of where everyone else stacks. It's still kind of malleable because we've only seen, like, one matchup per person usually. So we understand that, like, there's a hierarchy. Where people are specifically in terms of each other is kind of fuzzy, but we know where Yuji is, and we know that Gojo's at the fucking top. And then having everybody fill in, and then seeing Gojo again, just reiterates Gojo's definitely the strongest motherfucker in the world
by
for sure.
Lot.
By, like, way farther. Like, we already we considered and probably predicted that he was stronger than everyone. But now, after seeing everyone else, we know he is definitely the strongest by far, by, like, a long shot. And we have other people to base that off of.
Yeah, and now we can sort of rank. And we actually saw the thing where they ranked every person, like, all the characters that we knew. But then we found out that there's differences with that because Maki is lower than she should be because they won't let her advance. Like, there's all these different things to it. So,
but just knowing that is really good, and I think that's part of the reason why we're enjoying it a lot more. At least why I am enjoying it a lot more than the first half. It's because I fully know when somebody does something interesting or cool. Like, with the cursed speech, it's still kind of fuzzy. It seems like, and it's partly fuzzy just because we miss stuff. But obviously with the cursed speech last time, somebody pointed out in the comments last week that the reason they weren't being affected when they were being chased by Hanami is because they were doing the thing that they set up an episode or two before, where they cover their ears with cursed energy or close up their ears so they can't get affected by sound at all. Cursed speech doesn't work on them. Hanami obviously just meeting Inumaki didn't figure that out. So it makes sense that they were still able to fully attack without getting affected. It wasn't like a range thing or like choosing people, because that wouldn't make sense. Why would he have to say Salmon Row all the time? Regardless. Just shit like that. So, like, there's some stuff is still confusing, but it's at the point now where enough is established where I respect it enough to, if I don't understand what's going on with the cursed speech, I know there's an answer. I know that, like, it's been explained. I'm just missing it, and I can fully accept if, like, I don't know what's going on. If I don't know what's going on, I would way rather me be dumb than the show be dumb. I would way rather be, like, one step behind and, like, not, like, be like, I don't feel like I get it, but still knowing that the show actually does have an explanation. In other shows, they don't. Sometimes it feels like, oh, I would have thought this worked this way. That just seems like it makes way more sense. But apparently you just, okay, I guess I'll just accept it. Whatever, I like this fight. But in this one, I'm just like, I don't get that, but I'm just going to assume that's on me, because they've fleshed everything out enough and explained things enough to where if I thought harder about it, if I was more invested, if I understood things more, and they've explained enough, it's not that they aren't explaining things. I know that I'm more comfortable with me being dumb than the show being dumb. I like that a lot more, because it lets me respect the show. I can actually get hyped for the fights and get hyped for each attack and, like, be invested in each encounter, because I know that it's been thought out and each aspect of their characters in the encounter has been considered, which is awesome, and I like it. And anything else you want to say?
I think that's pretty much it. It was a good episode. There was a lot in this episode.
There was a lot. Indeed. Oh, we also saw Toto's backstory, whoever the hell that is. She had what looked like a Shikigami. Right?
I guess, yeah. I can't, unless she just had a random curse that was, like, following her around and she didn't care. Or she was just badass like that. And we also saw that Nanami was the
Black Flash
record,
world record speed
which
run
now
any percent
Yuji has
holder.
just tied him on that record.
Yeah.
So
He should just do one more at the air just to solidify his place at the top. Yeah. But yeah, that was a dope episode. Can't wait to see what happens next. Hopefully there's more going on than just a training arc or like debriefing and setting up for the next season or a movie, which they're probably going to do because everyone's doing movies these days. I hope they don't. I don't want them to keep doing
really
fucking
good week
movies.
to week.
Yeah.
But
hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.